So, good afternoon. First year BCom Computer Applications, Semester 1, FIT Unit 5. We are in Unit 5, that is Fundamentals of Data Communications or Data Communications. So, we already started the PPT. So, today we discuss about various components in what are the various components in data communications. So there are three important main components are there. First one is messages, second one is senders, and the third one is receiver. So what is a message? A message is nothing but the data or information to be sent uh, from one user to another user, or from one terminal to another terminal, or from one device to another device, by using some media, physical media like cables, wireless, or anything. And message generally contains some data or information to be communicated. Generally it contains some text, numbers, pictures, audio, video files, and other type of data items to be sent like that. And so generally message will be sent in the form of data, in the form of bits and bytes, There are two stations or two important components are there. One is called as sender and receiver. Second one is called as receiver. So sender is a device or a user, generally is used to send data or information over a network. So it is a device or a user. So sender is a device that sends the data messages from computers, PCs, workstations, telephone, headsets, video cameras, like that. Receiver is the receiving station. Who receives the data or information in the form of bits only, in the form of raw data, or in the form of bits only, in the form of bits only. So sender and receiver are two workstations, or two PCs, or two devices used to send and receive the data over network. So fourth component, so there are four important components. The first one is five important components or five important parts while communicating data or information by using data communications. So first one is message or data, second one is sender or sending station or sending PC or sender device, third one is receiver is generally used to receiving device or receiving computer, fourth one is medium. What is the medium? Medium means the physical media or the medium used to transmit data over the network. So what is the medium? Medium is the physical media, or a transmitted media, or a physical media, or the medium which is used to transmit data or information from over network. So the medium or media is the physical path by which a message travels from sender to receiver. So generally the medium is the physical media, which is also called as a physical media or physical medium used to transmit data or information over a network. So there are different types of physical medias are available, like twisted pair cables, coaxial cables, fiber optic cables, radio waves, like that. So what are the physical media used in data communication? Are twisted pair cables, coaxial cables, fiber optic cables, and radio waves like that. So we discuss all these things and about their features, applications, characteristics one by one in later slides. The fifth component of data communication. The fifth component of data communication is protocol. So what is a protocol? Protocol is a set of rules and regulations that governs data communication. So generally protocol used to govern or set some rules, set some rules how to transmit data from sender to receiver, what are the various conditions, what are the various checks to be performed, or what are the various types of algorithms used, and how to avoid data loss or loss of data while transmitting data or information. Similarly, how to measure the data speed or transmission speed, and like that. So what is a protocol? A protocol is a set of rules and regulations that govern data communications. And an agreement, what is a generally protocol is an agreement between the communication devices. So generally protocols are worked when both the devices or when both the receiver and transmitter agrees with some same protocol or same rules and regulations, and devices may be connected but not communicating. Generally protocols generally in a network devices, computer devices or PCs, phones, are. So the fifth component is protocol. There are main 5 components are used in data transmission. The first one is messages, data or information to be sent. Second one is sender. Third one is receiver. Both senders and receivers are stations. So both senders and receivers are devices or PCs or workstations or computers. So the fourth component of data communication is medium, or it is also called as physical media. Means the media used to transmit data or information. And the fifth one is called as protocol. What is a protocol? Protocols are a set of rules and regulations. Protocols are generally set of rules and regulations used to. Protocols are generally used to they are generally formed to transmit data or information by follow some set of rules and regulations in data communications. Generally, what is a protocol? A protocol is an agreement between 2 or more devices. Protocol is an agreement which is set up in between two or more devices. Generally in a network the devices are connected with each other, but they can't send any messages or they can't transmit data or information. And devices may be connected but not communicated. Why? Because there are no protocols are used. There are many types of protocols, and every protocol have set of different set of rules and regulations, and we may discuss all these things in the future classes. So 5 important components in a data communication. First one is called as message or data or information or packet. Second one is senders or sender stations. Third one is called as receiver. Fourth one is called as medium. Fifth one is called as protocol. So how the data may be represented in data communication or in network. Generally in a data communication or in networks, the data is in the form of some text, numbers, images, audio and video files. So in the raw data or in the internal format, all these data are generally represented with the form of by using some bits or bytes. Why? Because in the networks, the data generally transmitted in the form of by using some rows, bytes or bits only. So data representation. So how to represent the data or information for representing various items like text, numbers, images, audio, video files, like that. So next we discuss about what are the different types of data flows or communication mediums or communication types. What are the different types of, what are the different categories of communication devices or communication types which are available in any network. So communication uh, communication types are three types. Basically communications are done in three types in a network. First one is called as simplex mode. So the question is, what is the question? Communication modes. What are the different types of communication modes or data communication modes or types? Data communication modes are types. So in generally in networks, data communication or networks may be in three types. The first one is simplex mode or simplex. Second one is half duplex. Second one is half duplex mode or half duplex. Third one is full duplex or full duplex mode. So what are the different types of communication modes? First one is simplex mode. Second one is half duplex mode. Third one is full duplex mode. So what is simplex mode? Simplex mode is also is nothing but it is a one-way communication. It is a one-way communication, means we can only send and receive, we can only transmit data or information in one way only. We can transmit data or information in one way only, either from sender to receiver or from receiver to sender. So the communication is unidirectional. Unidirectional means in one way. Unidirectional means one way communication. So in simplex mode, the data is generally transmitted in one way only, either from sender to receiver or from receiver to sender. Second one is only one device on a link can transmit, the other can only receive. So in simplex mode, one device, either sender or receiver, may send the data or information, and the other device may generally it receives the data or information from the sender. Use the entire capacity of the channel to send data. So another characteristics of simplex mode is in simplex mode, the channel capacity or the data communication channel or a physical channel or a physical mode is used entirely, means full capacity, entire capacity of the channel or physical media is generally used. Examples are keyboards, monitors, and like that. So these are the first type of data communication modes. So second type of data communication mode is half duplex. Second type of data communication is half duplex. So half duplex means one lane with two directional traffic. So in simplex or simplex mode, only one way communication is used, whereas in half duplex mode we may use only one line or one lane with two directional traffic. Means in half duplex mode we may use the same physical line or same channel to transmit data in both directions. That is means we can send the data or information from sender to receiver. At the same time, we may send the data, we may transmit the data or send the data information from receiver to sender only. So the communication is in both ways, bidirectional. So what is half duplex? In half duplex, the data communication is done in generally in two ways. Generally in two ways, that is from sender to receiver and from at the same time from receiver to sender. Next is each station can both transmit and receive but not at the same time. Another important point to be observed in half duplex is only one at a time we may transmit either from sender to receiver or from receiver to sender only. Means we may send either from we may send data or information from either from sender to receiver or from receiver to sender at the time only. Means we can't transmit data or information in both directions. Second one is when one device is sending, the other can only receive and vice versa. Means generally in half duplex mode, when one device is sending, the other can only receive. Means whenever one device is set to send the data or information, the other device may automatically set to receive the data or information. So in half duplex mode, when one device is sending, the other one can only receive and vice versa. Third one is the entire capacity of a channel is taken over by the transmitting device. In half duplex mode also, the capacity of the channel or the entire device capacity or entire channel capacity is generally used. Example is walkie-talkies. Walkie-talkies is the best example for half duplex. So generally in half duplex, either sending device or a receiving device, only one device can operate at a time. Means while talking with the sending device, generally the receiver may receive can listen the voice, and in the same time when second device talks with the first device or communicates with first device is automatically turns to listen mode. So example is walkie-talkies. So third type of data communication is full duplex mode. So the question is, this is the one of the compulsory SAT questions. Data transmission modes, data transmission types or data transmission modes. Data transmission modes or data transmission types. So first one is simplex mode, second one is half duplex mode, third one is full duplex mode, full duplex transmission mode or full duplex mode. So what is full duplex mode? It is nothing but a two-way communication. Two-way communication means in full duplex mode, both stations can transmit and receive at the same time. So in full duplex mode, generally the data communication or the data transmission is taking place at both the stations or both the devices, or at both the sender and PC devices are at the same time. Means in full duplex mode, both sender and as well as receiver can send and receive the data or information at the same time. Second one is signals going in either direction sharing the capacity of the link. Third one is sharing can occur in two ways. Link has physically separate transmission path. Example is telephone network. So it is the example for full duplex mode. It is called as telephone network or a telephone line is the example for full duplex mode. We know that generally in telephone lines, both the sender as well as the receiver, can talk and listen the voice over the communication. So generally in telephone lines, the data or information is transmitted in both ways, from sender to receiver as well as from receiver to sender at the same time, and both uses the same channel or same communication channel for transmitting the data or information, like voice, text, or like images, pictures, audio, video files and everything. Next one is networks. So what is a network? And what is the definition of network? What are the features and applications of networks? So different types of networks. What are the different types of networks used? and what are the characteristics or features of networks. All these things we will discuss here. So what is a network? Network is a set of devices, or nodes or workstations or PCs or computers connected by communication links like computer, printer, like that, to share and to receive, to share data and information, or to send data or information. So generally networks are used in distributed networks or distributed environment only. So why we require, so what are the features or what are the characteristics of, what are the important characteristics of networks? So in generally in networks there are three important characteristics are used or followed. The first one is performance. The first one is performance. So what is the performance? Second one is reliability. Third one is security. Performance, reliability, and security. So all these are the three important characteristics or features of a network. So network must meet a certain number of criteria. The most important of the network criteria are performance, reliability, and security. So we discuss one by one these things, words. First one is performance. What is a performance? Performance means transit time, a amount of time required for a message to travel from one device to another. Response time, elapsed time between an inquiry and a response. So generally what is the performance means? The measurement or a speed of a network. So there are two parameters are used: transmit time and response time. Transmit time means amount of time required for a message to travel from one device to another device. Means the time required or time taken to transmit some data or information or packet from one device to another device, or one workstation to another workstation, or from one computer to another computer over a network. Second one is response time. Response time means elapsed time between an inquiry and a response. So what is the response time? Response time is generally nothing but it is the time taken when an inquiry or when a query or when a request is generally processed or completed. So what is response time? Response time means the time taken to complete a request, the time taken to complete a request, it is called as response time. So second parameter, performance. So performance depends on, so the network performance or the network generally the network speed or measurement depends on number of users. Second one is type of transmission media. Third one is capabilities of the connected hardware. Fourth one is efficiency of the software. So the first one is called as number of users. So number of users connected, or number of users used, or number of users available or using the same network. So large number of users may generally it goes to slow response time. Second one is time of transmission medium. Type of transmission medium means there are different types of transmission media or physical medias are used, like fiber optic cabling. Generally fiber optic cables are very faster than other cables like twisted pair cables, or some other type of cables. So there are many other types of transmission media or cables are used. Third one is capabilities of the connected hardware. So hardware affect both the speed and capacity of transmission. So capabilities of the connected hardware means which type of hardware, which type of network speeds, which type of network hardwares are used, or which type of network devices are used, what are their speed, like that. It is also one of the parameter while performing to calculate the performance of a network. Fourth one is efficiency of the software. So process data at the sender and receiver and intermediate affects the network. So software which type the software used over a network is also used. It is also one of the factor of the network performance. Next is performance is evaluated by two contradictory networking metrics. First one is throughput and delay. So generally the network performance, the network performance or a measure performance of a network is measured by using two parameters. First one is called as throughput and second one is called as delay. So what is a throughput? Throughput is nothing but a measure of how fast we can accurately send data through a network. So throughput is nothing but it is a measure of how fast we can accurately send data or information through a network. Generally, for high performance networks, in high performance networks, the throughput should be high. Second one is delay. So delay is another important parameter to calculate performance to calculate performance of a network. So the delay should be, what is the delay? Delay of transmission. The delay of transmission of data or information from sender to receiver. So the delay should be low. The delay the time to delay of data or information over a network should be low. So these are the two important performance parameters. First one is throughput. So the throughput should be high. Second one is delay. The delay should be low. So the second important parameter or second measure of parameter is reliability. What is the reliability? Reliability is measured by frequency of failures, recovery time of a network after a failure, and a network's robustness in a catastrophe. So generally reliability is generally measured by using some frequency of failures. Second one is recovery time of a network after a failure. Third one is network robustness. Third measure or third point in networks is security. So protecting the data or information from unauthorized access and protecting the data from damage and development. Third one is implementing policies and procedures for recovery from breaches and data losses. So generally the security may cover the following points. First one is, the main point is the network security is mainly used to protect the data information from to get to unauthorized data access. Unauthorized data access means only authorized users can be able, or only authorized users can be allowed to access the data or information. Non-authorized means unauthorized. Unauthorized persons won't accept the data or information over a network. Second one is protecting data from damage and development. So second security measure to be taken is whenever the physical damage or a physical damage to a physical media, the data should be protected. Data should be protected from damage. Third one is implementing policies. Third measure, security measure to be followed is implementing various policies, security policies and procedures for recovery from data losses and others. So So next is physical structure. So what is the physical structures and what are the different types of terminology? What are the different types of terminology used in networks? So what are the physical structure of a network? So type of connections in a physical structure. The first point to be covered discussed is type of connections. Means type of connection means which type of connection we are used, which type of connection we are used to transmit, or we are used to transmit data or information over a network, and links, and so there are many types of networks are used. So before going to discuss, so first we start with what is a network and what is a link, what is the definition of a network and what is the definition of a link. So what is a network? Two or more devices connected through links is called as a network. What is a network? Network is nothing but it is two or more devices connected through links are called as network. And what is a link? Link is nothing but links are generally established or created among two or more devices to transmit data or information or communication. They are also called as links are also called as communication pathway that transfers data from one device to other device. So two devices must be connected in some way to the same link at the same time. So generally in a network, to transmit data or information, physically transmit data or information or transmit data or information originally, we may use a connection, we may establish a connection, a physical connection between two or more devices. So two devices must be connected with each other in some way to the same link at the same time. So generally links or networks are two types. So the networks are generally two types of networks. First one is point to point network and multi-point. First type of network is called as point to point network. Second one is called as multi-point. So what is a point to point network? Point to point networks, generally in point to point network, dedicated link between two devices are established. So in point to point network, what is a point to point network? In a point to point network, a dedicated, a secured and dedicated link is established between two devices. Second one is entire capacity of the link is reserved for transmission between these two devices. So in point to point devices, the lane or the link is generally the capacity of the lane or the link is generally allocated to the devices only for transmitting the data or information on fully worked or fully based. Third one is use an actual length of wire or cable. Use an actual length of wire or cable. So in point to point networks or in point to point devices, the length of the wire or a cable is another important parameter to transmit data or information from one station to another station. So next point is other options such as microwave and satellite. So examples are microwave transmissions and satellite transmissions. So other examples, generally point to point networks are generally used in television remote controls. Point to point networks are generally used in television remote controls to transmit data or information. Next is multi-point networks. Next type of devices is called as multi-point networks. So networks are basically two types as we discussed earlier, point to point and multi-point. What is point to point? In point to point network, a secured and dedicated link is established in between two devices to transmit data or information, whereas in multi-point or multi-drop point, more than two devices share a single link, capacity is shared, channel is shared either spatially or temporarily. So in multi-point we may use more than two devices. In point to point we may use only two devices, whereas in multi-point we may use more than two devices to share the data or information. And capacity is generally shared, means the channel capacity, the data transmission capacity or channel capacity is shared by the more than one user. the capacity is shared by the more than one user or more than one device. So, if we use more than two devices to share the same capacity or to share the same device, we may use the devices are generally shared the capacity of the device in equal ratio. And third one is channel is shared either spatially or temporarily, means. So, this is the example of a multi-point device. Example is a mainframe network or a mainframe computer connected with a number of stations by using some line. Next is another term which is regularly used in another important term which is regularly used in networks is topology. Another term which is regularly used in networks is topology. So, what is topology? What is topology? So, how to use topologies? So, what is a topology? As we already so the question is explain about different types of topologies or explain about different types of networks. Explain about different types of networks or explain about different types of topologies. So, the way a network is laid out physically is called as topology. Topology is nothing but the structure or the plan. What is a topology? Topology is nothing but it is a structure or a plan how to create and establish a network. How to create or how to draw or how to design a network. That type of plan is called as a topology. Two or more links form a topology. Two or more links form a topology. The topology of a network is the geometric representation of the relationship of all the link and linking devices to another. So, generally there are four types of networks. So, the question is, it is also one of the setup questions. Explain about different types of networks. Explain about different types of networks or explain about different types of network topologies. First one is called as mesh network. First one is called as so what is the question? It is also one of the setup question. Explain about different types of networks or explain about different types of topologies. The question is there are generally four topologies or four types of networks or four types of networks are used. First one is called as mesh network, second one is called as star network, third one is bus network, and fourth one is ring network. So, basically there are four types of networks are used or four types of network topologies are used. First one is called as mesh network or mesh topology, second one is called as star topology or star network, third one is called as bus network or bus topology, fourth one is called as ring network or ring network or ring topology. So, we explain each one by one network types. This is also one of the important essay, compulsory essay type question from 5th unit. Question is explain about different types of network topologies. Explain about different types of network topologies or explain about different types of networks. So, basically there are four types of networks are available. First one is called as mesh network, second one is called as star network, third one is bus network or bus topology, fourth one is ring network or ring topology. So, we explain one by one with some figures also. You have to draw these figures in the exam also. So, first one is physical topology or physical types, network types, physical types or physical topology. So, the first one is mesh network or mesh topology, second one is star network or star topology, third one is bus network and bus topology, fourth one is ring network and ring topology. So, we start with mesh network. We start with mesh network. So, what is a mesh network? So, what is a mesh network? So, in mesh network, every link is dedicated point to point link, and the term dedicated means that the link carries traffic only between the two devices it connects. So, what is a mesh network? Mesh network in a mesh network or in a mesh topology, all the devices are